Ah, yes, home sweet home. Oh, that's pretty. I love that sound. That was a pain to get up there, let me tell you. But it works really good. I like the ones with the bigger tubes that has a nice full sound. And when the wind's not, when it gets too windy like this, we can just undo and take that off, and then that won't make so much noise. But hey, it sounds pretty good right now. And yes, we are in the condo, and you know, I still have quite a few different things to do. Oh, look at this little stained glass she got for that. Isn't that cool? Yeah, she just found it at a store somewhere. And I hung it with those little hooks up there, see? Like that. That's for a plant up on the ceiling. You can do it. And then I tied fishing string on there. I still got to cut that off and hung it up there. But that's not what this video is about. What is this video about anyways? Oh, I see something else here down on the floor. I'm gonna make a different video of that. It looks like I got some carpet scissors here. Look at, see? That's how carpet scissors are, to trim off carpet. But I use these cutters for all kinds of stuff, and I'll show you what I do with these things later. Yeah, I wonder what that is. What is all this stuff going on? It has to do with cover plates and light switch cover plates. And I see some aren't done yet. I'll figure that out later, but that's not what this particular video is about. It's about this. Look at that. There's no light fixture up there. And I just popped in those the trim on those can lights. I'll probably talk about that another time, because it looks like I still got one of those to do up in here, and there's a reason why that one's off. You'll just have to keep watching my videos to find the answer why that's off. But today I'm gonna hook up this light, and here's the light fixture that came down off of here, and it's those halogen bulbs, see? And funny thing was, when I took this down, I wasn't quite sure if it was going to go up, and I was saving it in the other room, and then Mommy wanted to put a different light fixture up there. But then after we started thinking about it, and it's a good thing I didn't do anything with that light fixture, because after she started thinking about it, she decided, hey, let's just go ahead and put it back up. After we saw different things at the store, we didn't want to overdo it up in here, and all of our trim finishes are stainless steel or nickel finish. We put nickel finish handles on and the hinges, and she likes nickel finish, and this just happens to be nickel finish, see? And so I'm going to put that back on. Okay, so if you want to watch that, stick around. Now, do you see what I see? If you were watching closely, you'd see that there's no ceiling box up here. I'm getting up here. Look at that. This wire is just coming out of the ceiling. And years ago, that's how electricians used to do that for ceiling light fixtures every once in a while. Can you believe that? They would just poke that down. Lots of times I would see where they would have a fluorescent light fixture, and they would just poke a wire down through the ceiling. No ceiling box at all, no nothing. And you can see how initially they had it up, they put one of those screw anchors in over there, and there was a stud. The floor joist was over here on this side. And they had just mounted it up on this little goodie right here. And you know, there's a couple things about that. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall it just like how I took it down, because all the wires are protected up inside of this cavity and all that kind of stuff. And you know, it's really not the proper way. If an inspector, if this was a brand new condo, let's say, and if somebody did that, the inspector probably would not approve that. He'd probably want that in a ceiling box. You know, ceiling box, kind of like this one. This was for the ceiling fan. See, there's an actual box up there. Here was for some old track lights that we took down. I'm still not sure what we're going to install up there. Now this one, they put a square rectangular box up in there because the faceplate of the track light was square, so they thought, oh, we'll just do that. And so they did. And there's another box over there. But see, they didn't do anything up here, did they? So what could I do if I wanted to? Okay, what would you do here if you wanted it more protected? Okay, you could get a pancake box. Pancake box is just a round box, and it's only a 1/2 inch tall. That's what they call a pancake box. Then knock a hole in the back of it. It's a metal box, and then I could fish that wire up there. I don't have a pancake box with me. I'd have to go down to the store and do that and get a pancake box. And you could do that, and you could actually surface mount that pancake box on there and put one screw up into the ceiling floor joist from up above. There's a second floor up above there. Because see, this cavity here could possibly fit a pancake box that's surface mounted. It might be kind of tricky because these wires, how they go, it might be tricky, like I say, to put all that stuff in there, but I think it would work. Another thing you could do, you could still use a pancake box, and you could set it up in there and push it up there and mark it with a pencil, and then you could cut out the sheetrock and then put the pancake box up there right up against the floor joist, because there's a floor joist up there, and then you could just screw it in, and then it would be flush with the sheetrock. You could do that too. You know, but this condo, it's 15 years old. Nothing has ever happened to it. I don't really think there's going to be an issue for me just screwing this on here for existing conditions. And see here, here's a ground screw. They never even use that ground screw. And I know that for a reason, because there's 3 wires up there, and every single one of them's got a wire nut on there. See, there's a ground wire, a bare copper wire that's on. Oh, where is it? Oh, I don't know. It looks like that's a white wire right there, huh? I'm wondering what is happening there. Oh, I see. You see the bare wire? It loops up over and it's on that wire nut. That wire nut, or that wire, that bare wire, is painted white. Look at that. See that? And so they just wrapped the bare copper wire to this bare copper wire inside the light fixture, white to white, black to black, ground to ground, and they didn't even use the ground screw. You know why they didn't use that ground screw? Because this wire harness, well, this backing plate wasn't screwed to anything. And even if it was screwed to a plastic box, I don't know how well that would ground up there. But this wire is going to go up to the actual ground wire that goes all the way back to the electrical panel, and that'll be protected for ground. So you know what? This particular ground screw is not even going to be used. And so you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to leave it up there. I'm going to take it off. And you'd be surprised, every once in a while you may need a ground screw like that in another light fixture or a metal box or something. There's always, every once in a while, I'll think, man, where are those extra ground screws? I mean, you can buy ground screws at the store separate. And did you know there's generally two sizes of diameter of ground screws? You know, why don't they make them all the same? I don't know. Sometimes you get a small one and it fits into a bigger screw hole and it won't tighten up. Sometimes you got a bigger one and it won't fit in a smaller screw hole. You know, so I'm going to keep that. Sorry about that. I'm going to keep that, and I'm just going to install this up there, okay? All right, stick around if you want to watch this. It won't really take that long to install this light fixture, and you know what? I'm just an average Joe, so if I can do it, of course that means you can too.